Good morning, children. Myself Pradeep Kumar Tripathi. Children, I am making this video for class 10th of geography, and the first chapter is resources and development. Children, resources and development, I gave you an introduction for resources and development. Children, what are resources? Resources are those things that are useful for human being. You all know it. Resources are those things that are useful for human being. If anything that is not good, beneficial or fruitful for human being, that is not a resource. There are many resources lying in our nature. Many resources. And nature has done no partiality to give it to anyone. Whether it is a developed country, whether it is a undeveloped country. To understand resources, to utilize resources, we should know technology. Without technology, we cannot use resources. If we are having resources and we are having technology and we are having institutions, then only we can get benefit of resources. If we are not having technology, we can't use anything that is lying in the nature. So, anything that is lying in nature, nature means forests, soils, mountains, hills, everything, rivers, ponds, trees, everything. So this is a natural thing that nature has gave us. We human beings also are resource. How we are a resource? How we are a resource? We are a resource only when we have some quality, we have some technology, we have some skills. If we are having them, then only we are a good resource as a human being. So, human being, nature and institutions. It is given in our first chapter, in this chapter, in the beginning of the chapter. Anything that is given by nature to us, if human being having technology, then he can access it. He can make institutions and then he can make benefit of that thing. So in this chapter, in the beginning, we should know that resources are those things that are useful for human being, that can be accessed by know-how, technology and by institutions. So this we can understand by resources. In this chapter, as I gave you the definition, resource definition, technologically accessible, economically feasible and culturally acceptable. Resource, I gave you the definition. So, human resource, so all these things. I gave you the definition. Feature I made it, that is nature, technology, institution. Among these three things, human being is a medium to access all these things. If we are not, human being himself is not technologically rich, he can't use the resource of nature. There are many things lying in nature till today and we are not having the technology, so we are unable to access them. So it's the responsibility of a nation to make himself develop, herself develop, he should make human being enriched with technology. Government has made, in India there is your CBSE board comes under Human Resource Development Ministry. In Hindi we say it Manav Sansadhan Vikas Mantralaya, Human Resource Development Ministry. What is done in it? In it, humans are made skillful. Whether they are the schools, whether they are the colleges, whether they are the engineering college, where they are the MBBS colleges, all are made to make human a good resource, a meaningful resource. Humans are many. There are many humans you are seeing in your society, and you can easily classify them in different groups. You can easily say this person is a well-resourced person, well-resourceful person, and he opening a shop and doing business. I am not saying that business is a wrong thing, menial thing. This means skills make them human being a good resource, a quality resource. So the MHRD has the responsibility to make resources, make human being a quality resource. That is important, a quality resource. So he is managing to make human resource well. He means government. The next thing is nature technology institution. So this is a simple definition. Anything that is lying in nature and useful for human being, that is a resource. Okay. So after that the chapter proceeds, and in that part resources are classified. There is the classification done of resources. How should we classify? There is a classification done on different terms. What are the terms? Terms are on the basis of exhaustibility. Exhaustibility means of ending. That can end, that can finish. Exhaust, end, finish. Okay, on the basis of exhaustibility. In exhaustibility, there are two types of resources: renewable resources, non-renewable resources. Renewable, the word itself saying renewable, non-renewable. That can be renewed, that cannot be renewed, non-renewable. So that is according to exhaustibility. One type of classification of resources. The next is on the basis of ownership. Ownership, lordship. On the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, we classify in 4 parts: individual resource, community resource, national resource, and international resource. Okay? On individual resource, on the basis of ownership, individual resource, community resource, national resource, and international resource. These are the 4 classifications in the heading ownership. Classification of ownership. Okay? The individual you all know personally, community you all know. The next is national belonging to any nation, and international belonging to multinational, many nations. That is international ownership. So like this, resources are divided according to ownership. Next thing, on the basis of status of development, we classify resources on the basis of status of development. There are resources, but we classify them on the basis of status of development. How much we are accessing the resource, how much we are technologically skilled to access it. Are we capable to access it or not? Or it is still under nature's ownership and we are unable to access it. So like this, according to status of development, we also classify the resources in potential resource, developed resource, stock resource, and reserves. Potential, you all know, having capacity. Developed, that can be accessed, that are used by human being. Stock, that are in stock. Stock, you all know, you are well known with the word stock. Just be familiar. I will define it later. And reserves. Reserves, you all know. Reserve is a word. You hear the word Reserve Bank of India. You hear na? The same word, reserve. The same meaning, Reserve Bank. Or reserve means prohibited, conservative. है ना? Reserve. Okay. But here is the matter of geography, so it has different meaning. Next, biotic resources. Now we are going over on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin. Origin on the basis of making. So it is biotic resource and abiotic resource. On the basis of origin, there are the resources biotic resource and abiotic resources. Biotic resources, which are biotic resources? Human beings is a biotic resource having life. Flora and fauna, animals and forests, they are the biotic resource. The next thing, fisheries, it is a biotic resource. Have life, means that have life are called biotic resource. Livestock, animals, cows, buffaloes, like this, livestock. So these are biotic resources. Need not to so much detail, just this is a simple thing. Next is abiotic resource. Abiotic, that has no life. Like in example we can say rocks and metals. They are abiotic resources, like rocks and metals. Rocks have no life, metals have no life, so they are called abiotic resource. The next is on the basis of exhaustibility. The next type of resource on the basis of exhaustibility, that was on the basis of origin. It has two classifications, biotic and abiotic. The next is on the basis of exhaustibility. On the basis of exhaustibility, that can be, and I defined you, that is renewable resource, non-renewable resource. On the basis of renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable, that can be renewed. Non-renewable, that cannot be renewed. So renewable resources, solar energy, that can be renewed. It is a continuous resource, continuously coming. Next is wind resource, and the next is water, the next is forest, and next is wildlife. They can be renewed. They itself renewed. The next is non-renewable resource. On the basis of exhaustibility, renewable resource, non-renewable resource. The next is non-renewable resource. Which are non-renewable resources? Like minerals, like fossil fuels. Minerals, if once they exhausted, they cannot be renewed. And fossil fuels, if once they exhausted, they cannot be renewed. What are fossil fuels? You study in science fossil fuels. Fossil fuels, something dumped underground very long ago. Fossils, it is said dumped, being underground. Fossils that are underground. Fossils like big animals like dinosaurs, like trees, and these things that are being underground for a long time and turned into a fossil fuel. Okay? It secreted some chemicals. Secreted the biotic animals that are being underground. They secreted some type of liquid that turned into fossil fuels like petrol. This is a fossil fuel. So like this we can say you well understand it in science, but I am telling you not so much. I will say not so much with the explanation of in the science terms like this. So fossil fuels, you all know petrol like this, minerals and fossil fuels. Okay. So these are non-renewable. They are once exhausted, they cannot be renewed. Next is according to the ownership. This is a classification. We are understanding classification on the basis of origin, on the basis of exhaustibility, on the basis of ownership. Now we are going to study on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, also resources are classified. The first type of classification is individual resource. On the basis of ownership, it is ownership, the landlordship, the lordship. Okay. So the one is individual resource. Individual means one person having its own ownership over something. So in that individual resource, there are I will say in the villages, farmers have the ownership over the land after repaying some revenue to the government, but they have the ownership after repayment of the revenue. So farmers in the villages, farmers have land, and in the urban sector, that is in the rural and in the urban sector, people own plots. These are the individual ownership. People own plots and houses and other property like cars and different things, empires and property and like plantation, pasture lands and ponds, water in wells. These are the individual belongings. So we can say this is an individual ownership. So this is the chapter. First we define. It is not end. I am concluding the first thing. So we got the definition of resource, and later then we classified the resources in 4 parts on the basis of origin, exhaustibility, ownership. In ownership, there is one more classification: status of development. We will go through it. First, on the basis of ownership, we came to know about individual resource. Now next is community resource. Let's go. In the individual ownership, I told you, in rural land, and in urban sector, plots, houses, other property, plantation, pasture land, ponds, water in wells. These may be the individual ownership. The next thing is we come over it. Next is community owned ownership. So that was the individual ownership. The next is community owned. In the process of community ownership, there is the ownership. We studied individual ownership. The next we are studying community ownership. In community, what is coming? Village community. What in the village, in the rural area? Grazing grounds, burial grounds, village ponds, public parks, picnic spots, playgrounds in urban. So these are having the community ownership. Okay? Individual ownership and community ownership. The next is in the same owner, according to ownership, there is the national resource. National resource is also a matter of ownership. So next is national resource. All the minerals, water resources, forests, wildlife, land within the political boundaries, from the coast, land within the political boundaries, oceanic area till 12 nautical miles. 12 nautical miles means 19.2 kilometers. From the coast, termed as territorial water, till 19.2 kilometers is a territorial water if any nation having its boundary. Okay, and resources therein belong to the nation. So these are again I am repeating it: national resources, minerals, water resources, forest, wildlife, land within the political boundaries, oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles, water and the resources there belong to the nations. So these are the things of national resource. Next is international resource. What is international? The same thing. What are international? If there are having individual ownership, there is having the community ownership, there is having the national ownership, there should be international ownership. So we are having the international. What is international ownership? Beyond 200 nautical miles, resources can be used by prior permission of international institutions. So that is the international. So this is the classification of ownership. The next is on the basis of status of development. The 3 classification we studied. Now is the classification of resources. Fourth type of classification is on the basis of status of development. On the basis status of development, there is first is innate potential resource, then is the developed resource, then is the stock, and then is the reserve. 4 classification we had done on the status of development. First is potential resource. Resources which are found in region but have not been utilized. Resources which are found in region but have not been utilized. Have not been utilized. किसी in some place some resources are found, but they are not utilized. They are not used. Like in Rajasthan and Gujarat, there is a huge availability of wind and solar energy, but it is not still used. Still used. It is not used. So it is a potential resource. Like solar energy and wind energy in Rajasthan and Gujarat. Next is this is the status of development potential. Now next is developed resource. What are developed resource? Resources which are surveyed and their quality, quantity have been determined for utilization. Resources which are surveyed. Resources which are surveyed. Survey, you know, na? Mapping it, scaling. Okay. Resources which are surveyed, their quality, quantity have been determined for utilization. Means those resources that we can use, we are having the technology, we have surveyed it and we are using it. That resource can be said a developed resource. We are having technology and we are utilizing it. That is a developed resource. Now next is stock resource. Stock resource. Stock. Humans do not have appropriate technology to access the resource. Can be said for stock resource. If there is a resource lying in the nature, but we are unable to use it. We are unable to use it due to the lack of technology. But it is in stock. So that can be said a stock. That can be said. Have you understood? Resource that is lying in the nature, but we are not having the technology to use it. So we can say it a stock resource. You can say it by example. Water. Water is made of hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen is a huge source of energy, but we don't have the technology at present, so it is a stock resource. The next type of resource under status of development of resource, there is the reserves. Which type of resource? Reserve resource. Reserve resource. Reserve resource. We are having rivers. We are on rivers, we are having dams, forest, but there is one more proximity, one more hopefulness for generating hydroelectricity in the rivers, but at present we are not using it. So we can say we are having the rivers, but we are not generating electricity. So we can say a reserve resource. So we had studied in this chapter now